It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. This is another edition of Baseball Today presented to you by T-Mobile. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan along for the ride as well. E5 already out of the gate, man. Did you just drop your pen?
I didn't have a pen, so I threw a bottle cap up. And, I made an error, and that's okay, Chris.
It is. Mistakes happen, like every day on this show.
Like literally every day.
It shouldn't have been a bottle cap. It should have been a wine cork based on where you are. How's your trip?
So far, so good. This morning, I need some water, so I'm sticking with the water as of right now. We had a few glasses of both white and red yesterday, so I'm hydrating right now.
Yeah, for people that haven't followed along closely, he's out in wine country, which if you have not been to wine country, go do it if you have the time and the ability to enjoy those times together. It is something special. Although you always get somebody who says, "Oh, this is a 1934." I'm like, bullshit. Somebody just put that together last week.
As far as like the vintages go, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you before the show, like, the wine is great, but the food here is what you come for.
Yeah.
So good.
And you come here for baseball content, not for wine, not for Napa.
All right, you brought it up.
That's true. It's my fault. But let's get back on task here and start with the tip of the cap. It wasn't Kevin Gausman's greatest night of his career, but he did reach a milestone.
The 2-2 again, and he got him. And there it is, his third strikeout tonight and career strikeout number 2,000 for Kevin Gausman, becoming just the sixth active pitcher.
Yeah, he didn't even go 5 full innings. He was obviously disappointed with that. But as far as reaching the milestone, I think there were probably some people that were shocked that everybody was like, boy, Gausman kind of snuck up on that number, huh?
He's just been pitching for so long, Chris, and that's what he does. I mean, he strikes guys out. He's got swing and miss in him, and again, healthy and longevity that'll bring you to those big round numbers. But 2,000 is a lot of strikeouts, so that's like they said in the broadcast, only the sixth active pitcher to reach that milestone. That's big time right there.
It is, and we just had him a few weeks ago on Dugout Discussions, and what a gentleman he is. He's really great to talk to, and I said, is the thing you're most proud of the fact that you can be relied on every 5 days? And we talked about that with the Miz yesterday. That the reason I haven't put him yet in ace status is because he's got to give you innings and he's got to be there every 5 days. And that's what I want to see him turn into. And Kevin Gausman has been exactly that over the last 6 years. If you check it, I think pretty much since he became a full-time dependable starter, he just does not miss starts, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the best things you can do as a baseball player is post, and especially as a starting pitcher. And in today's game, where outings are getting shorter, where injuries are on the rise, to be able to do that, and he throws all the pitches that
sure does.
The splitter, and there's just what. On that note, go check out Eno Sarris's article about splitters and why lefties don't throw them. I don't know if you read that yet, but it's an incredible article.
Oh, I like that. It does make you think, because you don't realize it until somebody turns your attention. That's why is one of the best around.
Sidebar, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. That's good stuff. I like that. All right, so rest of the night north of the border certainly belonged to the Tampa Bay Rays as one player just legged it out.
Chandler, a chop to the right side. Guerrero Jr. to race to the bag, and you're not going to beat Chandler Simpson.
He's scared. He wants a balk right there. He's saying, how you not calling for a balk? He's flinching all over the place.
And they're going to get the ball. Now he's headed for third, and the throw is going to be into left field, and the Rays will get another run. Chandler Simpson, with 2 outs, has the infield hit, and he turns it into a run. It's 6-3 Rays.
I see you shaking your head, because I'm sure you played against guys who just they don't even hit the ball out of the infield, and all of a sudden you look up on the board and there's a run.
I mean, that's what that can bring. That little chopper to the first baseman. Gausman had no chance to beat him right there. I think he knew the entire time. He's like, I'm running over here for no reason. I'm not beating that guy to the base. Like right about there, he's like, okay, yeah, I've already see him past me. But yeah, and then you're trying to hold a guy like that on because it's inevitable that he's going to steal. So either A, you balk the way he did, or you try to hurry things up and you throw one over the middle of the plate. Or then you get in a stolen base and the catcher tries to be too quick and he throws it in the outfield. I mean, this is the pressure that we always talk about that speed can put on a baseball team, and that's the defenses. That's like personified right there. Like that is show that video to people who don't believe in like contact and speed, because that's it right there.
Remember, what was it, last week maybe we talked about the Rays and whether or not we were going to believe in them, and I said, listen, if Chandler Simpson can up his on base from, I think it was 329 the day we were talking about it. He's up to almost 340 now. So he's ticking up, and that would be a huge change to the way the top four of their lineup looks if he can end up being a 365 guys. I know that's still a long way to go, but that's something I'm sure that they're talking about with him. But the big picture about the Rays, they have the best record in the American League, one of the best in baseball. They're one of their best 40-game starts in the history of the franchise. Are we talking about Tampa being one big-time stick away from being a true World Series contender?
I mean, look, they started out 5-7, Chris, and that's kind of like what we thought they would be this year, somewhere, 500 team, maybe a few games over, and then since then they've gone 22-6. And as far as like, do they need a big bat to become a true World Series contender? I think they'd welcome another stick in the lineup, sure, but do they need it? I don't know. I mean, the way that they run the bases, the way they put the ball in play, it's not a great example, but you can liken it to, well, the Brewers last year, then the Blue Jays were kind of like that. They have some big sticks in this lineup. Junior Caminero is going to be a guy, Yandy's really found his stroke this year, and Jonathan Aranda has proven to be a run producer in the lineup. You mix that with the contact, the speed, and then, I mean, what's been their calling card is the pitching. I think they went a streak of 16 games without giving up more than 3 runs. That's how you win baseball games right there. Would they welcome a bat? Sure. And it's fun to think about people that you could add to that lineup. And they have like tried to go out and get guys in the past. I think a lot of people think about the Rays as like, well, they just promote from within or they make trades, which is true. And maybe the rumors of them going after these guys aren't true, but at least we hear like they've gone after guys. They went after, I believe it was Freddie Freeman. They went after Pete Alonso. So they're in the hunt for something like that. And it would be really cool to see them go make a big trade at the trade deadline. I'm in on it now.
Yeah, but I think that they probably need multiple pieces. Although their pitching has been outstanding, Pepio will not throw a pitch for them this year. Steven Matz, who was off to a solid start for them, is banged up right now. They've moved Griffin Jacks from the bullpen to this opener's role, and I think it sounds like the hope is to stretch him out and turn him into whatever he could be as a starter. But let's just take even a recent history look at the Rays. Last year at the trade deadline, they were about 4 games out of the wild card. They ended up trading away Taj Bradley, Zach Littell, Danny Jansen, and Jose Caballero. In the same time, they picked up Griffin Jacks, Nick Fortes, Adrian Hauser. So they are constantly bringing it, like you can't quite figure out what they're doing. So on one hand, while they do have the best record in the American League, and this maybe sounds nuts, and I'm going to throw this out there, I'm not so sure they won't trade a guy like Nick Martinez at some point if they don't continue the run they're on, even if they're in contention, because he's a guy that next year has a $20 million mutual option. He's making $9 million this year, which is the highest paid player on the Rays. He's got a $20 million mutual option, which the Rays are going to say no to, no matter how good he is. But he also has a $4 million buyout, which doesn't sound like much, but for a team that nickels and dimes the way that the Rays do, I know we've got fresh blood in there, but still, this is the way they go. So I could see them doing virtually anything at the trade deadline.
Agreed. I disagree a little bit on the Nick Martinez side of it. I think they would pick up a 1-year 20 on him. He would turn it down. That's my take, especially if he continues to throw the way he's throwing right now.
I'm not so sure they would do that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
I know they don't typically go big free agent like signings or
like
big
ever
payroll type guys, but a 1 year, I think any team is looking at a 1 year $20 million for a starting pitcher. Like, putting up the numbers that Nick Martinez is putting up this year, I think they'd go for that, Chris.
Possibly, but I would love to see them take a big swing at some point. And
Like
I
who?
do think
Who's the big swing? Like who's going to
I
be
think we'll
available that can help them?
I think we'll talk about him in a little bit.
No way.
I think it'd
Okay.
be awesome.
Me too.
I think it would be really, really fun to see that possibility happen. So I want to save it for that one name. But look, they could use a lot of help in center field. I don't know which center fielders are going to help, but we have this discussion every year when we're like, do you take a chance on Luis Robert or not? Catcher. I mean, are there really any catchers to be had in the trade market that can help you offensively at all? I don't think so. I think they could use help at second base. I think there's multiple positions they could.
A lot of people are going to be coming after our Ryan Jeffers. I know that. I
Oh,
know that.
okay, that's a good one. I think
And I
that's
know
a
the
really good
Yankees
one.
want him, Dan. Relax a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's there you go. I think that's a good point by you. Let us know, what do you think? You think the Rays are going to be buyers, sellers? Throw us any suggestions you want to in the comments. There you go. Today's episode of Baseball Today is sponsored by National Car Rental. Have you ever noticed how some people just have travel figured out? They're on the fast track and already in the driver's seat, and everybody else is still checking in. Kind of feels like they're winning at travel. And honestly, they are. Because when you rent with National Car Rental, you feel and you show up feeling like a winner before you even enter the game. And winners know something great is waiting for them in the on-deck circle, like an effortless car rental experience. With National's Emerald Club, you skip the counter, you choose any vehicle on the Emerald aisle, and go straight to the car you actually want, traveling on your own terms. That means more speed, more choice, and total control of your trip, the way travel should feel. Because renting with National isn't just about getting from A to B. It's about arriving like a winner and driving off like one, too. Win at travel. Rent today with nationalcar.com, which is something we have done on this trip. Been an Emerald member for a long time. Where'd you go, buddy? What happened? Did you go pee-pee? We've lost your voice. Where are you?
I have like a little cough right now. I'm trying to
You
get
had
it
a
out.
coughing. Oh my God, a coughing fit?
Get this phlegm out of here for the people.
God. You got a little you got a little Gilkenspilken in your connecticozoid? You're
I
okay?
don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's it, for anybody my age, they would laugh at it, but nobody else would. So that's fine. All right. Meantime, the defending American League West champs, they aren't even 500, but it was bombs away for the night in Houston.
That's the beauty of a bottle of vino at 8 o'clock when I get home.
This ball is not coming back.
Oh, my goodness.
Hits off the signage, and Julio's hot hitting continues. His 7th of the year leaves a dent to start the third.
Yeah, literally, actually might have chipped the wall out there in Houston. You ever get a good one in that ballpark?
I think I have two there. One was to left center. I got up in those signs. I'd have to remember. Nothing like that. Nothing on the train tracks. Definitely wanted to, but didn't get it up there. It's fun to hit batting practice there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That place is for the 2004 All-Star Game for Best Damn. We did the pregame show. We were in the Crawford boxes, and somehow we convinced players to walk up there. Jeter and A-Rod joined us together. It was their first year on the team, on the Yankees. We had Roger Clemens join us up there. He was starting the game for the National League. We had both managers, Torrey and McKeon. They had to walk through the crowd to get to us. It was the most insane thing. And then we were dodging batting practice balls. We had like guys with nets trying to protect us. I'm thinking, oh my God, if one of these guys gets hit, George Steinbrenner is going to strangle all of us and cancel our show. Would have been perfect. That's not the reason we're discussing what happened with Seattle. First of all, Julio hits a bomb, and we'll have more on Julio in just a second. But how about the other part of the equation for Seattle, where Cal Raleigh continues to massively struggle? 0 for 4 on Monday, 0 for his last 36. That is the longest hitless streak going in the majors at all this season. I know that he's an Iron Man behind the plate, and when he's not behind the dish, he's DHing. Should Dan Wilson give Raleigh a few consecutive days off to try and get his head right?
I will do you one better here, Chris. I actually talked about this with Jake. I think they need to IL him. I think he needs to go on the IL and take 2 weeks off. He's dealing with some sort of oblique or side soreness, they're calling it. And, you look at his numbers and you watch him hit. The timing isn't there. He's struggling against four-seam fast. He's struggling against velo right now, particularly the four-seam fastball. I think he's hitting under 100 against that pitch. And right now, whether it's from the WBC, whether it's from the extended season they had last year, like he's a little banged up right now. So it is May 12th, and you're in the AL West, where I believe is not even 500 in that division right now.
The A's are, I think.
A's are five. Like you can afford, and you need, like right now he's not helping the team. You need to get him healthy for the rest of the year, and the only way to get healthy with something like that is to take time off. That's just it. I would do that immediately. Get it done sooner than later. Let this guy rest a little bit, and you'll be fine. The rest of the season will happen. You'll get Cal Raleigh back, and will he return to a 60 homer pace? I don't know, but at least he'll be able to properly swing the bat and catch up to fastballs. Like right now, it just isn't working. I would give him the 2 weeks. There's no reason not to right now.
Yeah, he's hitting under 100, I think, against four-seamers this year. And this is a guy that's always been able to turn on it. I mean, you saw what he did last year. And we thought that, remember, he struggled massively during the World Baseball Classic. Didn't even play when the money was on the line. Couldn't get an at-bat. And then struggled out of the gate. And then started to hit homers and got up to like 7 homers. You were like, okay. So we're kind of back. And now it's been disastrous. And I can't imagine. I mean, I've talked to guys who are in 2 for 27 slumps, and they're staying up at night trying to figure out what's going on with their swing. I can't imagine the mental angst going on with Cal Raleigh when he struggles. Then he's got to put all of his mental energy to catching. That is not. I mean, I imagine that it wears on any everyday ball player. I don't care about your position, but catching. Holy smokes! You don't ever get a mental breather.
Can I throw something at you?
Please.
And people are going to hate on this. And I love Cal Raleigh. He's like coolest dude. It's been so nice to me, to you. Like there's a little bit of an anomaly year in 2025. That's okay to say, right? The guy hit 60 homers.
But the previous 2, he had hit more than 30 and was creeping up to 40. So
I understand.
60, yes.
Yeah, it's like, that's a lot more. And I don't think the expectation for Cal Raleigh should be a 950 OPS. Like, I think the expectation for Cal Raleigh should be an 830 OPS. Like, that will be, I would still consider that a great year for Cal Raleigh. I think what we saw last year is, maybe he does it a couple times in his career, but to expect a guy that plays as much as he does at that position to do that offensively just is, it's not fair to him. Like he set the standard high himself, obviously, with the year he had last year. But I don't think we need to say, if Cal's hitting 830, I think a lot of people are like, that's a struggle year after what he did last year. I don't think it should be looked at that way.
No, especially when you consider what his previous best OPS before last year was, right? And last year was almost 950. Before that, his highest was 774, which is still really good. And he had gone from 27 to 30 to 34 homers. So I don't think we would have been shocked last year if he had hit almost 40. It would have been another remarkable year, and I think we would have been like, wow, that's great, cool. But to hit 60, and you know what I hate is that there are some people that are going, see, he's just not that good. He's just really not that good.
I'm not saying that, by the way. I'm just saying the expectation. I don't want people to like mix my words up here. Like the expectation for Cal should not be a 948 OPS with 60 homers. Like that's just crazy. Like, yes, a 30 homer catcher that can put up an OPS plus of 120. Take it all day and run with it. I do think right now he does need a break. I do think they should IL him for 2 weeks, let him heal, and then let him get back to catching.
I also think that they have to have a massive sit down. This is a guy who is used to playing every day, right? He played 159 games as a catcher last year, not all at catcher, right? But his days off were not days off, is my point. Now he's a negative WAR player. So yes, either I like your idea of putting him on the IL. They do have Mitch Garver, who has been a solid catcher at this level. They've got, Canzone. They've got Luke Raley that they can play at the same time. Is it ideal? No, it's not. But they've got to figure out, because they're not going to win anything if he doesn't he might not get back to 60 homer Cal, but he's got to be dependable, or you can't hit him where they hit him.
Can I say something?
Please do.
Is this the year that Julio Rodriguez is like MVP 2? This is a fantastic start for Julio Rodriguez, and you know what he's going to do over the summer.
Yeah, usually
he's gotten up to MVP 4. That was 2023. I want to say, like, is this the year he wins MVP? But that guy Aaron Judge is alive still.
Probably not going to happen. Well, so he's at 792 right now after hitting his 7th homer, and he's almost a one-WAR player when you're talking about a premium position defensively too. I mean,
I'm looking at Judge's numbers right now. Gosh, damn, that guy does not quit.
No, he doesn't. God. They're insane.
They're insane.
Right, that's the thing. Usually Julio shows up for the party in July. So, yeah, this is like him having a one daughter, 792.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's an interesting point, I suppose. It's an interesting point. I don't know. Let us know on the Julio factor. And what would you do with Cal? I want to hear from Mariners fans. I want to hear from just baseball fans in general. What do you think is going to happen? All right, now it's time for our Blasts of the Week. It is presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. We take a look at the 420-foot-plus homers from the past week. We've had some good ones. If you don't mind bringing them up, start off with James Wood. Dude is just sick. 441. He's got one of those majestic swings, doesn't he?
Well, he's just so tall, and for being that tall, it's a very athletic and smooth-looking swing. And the lefty aspect helps a lot too. But yeah, he's got power to all fields. You don't really see him pull a ton of these homers.
By the way, did he almost hit that off the end of the bat? No. Okay. It looked like it from the front angle, not the side. Jake McCarthy, welcome back. 447. Once again, it is our weekly visit to Coors Field. Oh, he took his time too.
Oh gosh, what was that about? Okay.
I see you, Jake.
I didn't know he had that in him. I thought, typically I feel like he's just like scooting around the bases.
So Coors Field makes its weekly appearance. So too does Junior Caminero. 448 feet to dead center at Fenway.
I love watching guys go to center field at Fenway. I don't know. There's something about those seats up there, that elevated wall. It's just, man.
I watched a whole game from center field there one time when I was doing sidelines for Fox. So it really wasn't sidelines. It was center field, and it was great, great viewing. Joe Adell. And see ya.
Oh.
Wow, 448 as well. Left center, north of the border.
That's also such a fun place to hit the baseball. It's loud. I don't know. We always said you do not leave Toronto without a homer. You don't.
Quick reminder for this season, keep a close eye on the 420-foot-plus home run and unlock your free Baja Blast. Yeah, free. All right, so let's return to what happened in Houston. With Monday's loss, the Astros are now tied for the worst record in baseball. Now, before the game, their manager, Joe Espada, he didn't sound panicked.
We know how to run this race. We have run a race like this before. And we all got to do it together and stay calm and continue to play our good baseball. We do that, we're going to be just fine.
Okay, now, Plouffe, it is not in this franchise's DNA to clean house. We know that. But would you contemplate trading Yordan Alvarez among others?
First of all, I don't mean to be ageist right here, but that's the first time that I felt like Joe Espada looks a little older. Like, he's always been such a young guy.
Hey, listen, dude, we know with managers, it's managers and presidents.
That ages you, doesn't it?
They age at different rates than some of us age at.
You know what they say, Father Time's undefeated. So
Thank you.
I get it. First of all, I think it is in their nature not to clean house, but they're not afraid to at least not re-sign guys. They're not afraid to trade. Like, they've done that in their past before. I know what you're saying about cleaning house. What's your question again?
Well, first of all, they have come out and said, not they, reports. For example, Will Kunkel, who has covered the Astros for years, says his source said the Astros are not, capital N-O-T, trading Yordan.
Okay.
But can I throw this out there? He's only signed through 2028. So he's got 2 years and about $54 million left after this season. He's got a limited no trade beginning in 2027. So now is the time to do it. And don't you think you could get a Juan Soto type haul for him, like what the Nationals got?
The Nationals got James Wood, they got C.J. Abrams, they got
Mackenzie
Robert
Gore.
Hassel, Mackenzie Gore. So that's the haul. Yes, I do think you could get that. I look at it from a few different angles. You either, if you're the Astros, you either extend Jordan. You have to extend him or trade him. Like those are the two options right there. Like you obviously just can't let him walk. Can't let him reach free agency. Like you have to extend him before his contract is up, or you have to trade him. I would not trade him. He's just too good. He's too good. There's other guys on the Astros that you can trade. You're not going to get a haul like you would get for Jordan Alvarez, but Christian Walker, he was having a really nice start to the year. I'd probably capitalize on that and trade him. Isaac Paredes is, like having a decent year, kind of like a run-of-the-mill start to the year. He's a free agent after this year. I will look to trade him as well. There's plenty of teams looking for bats. Those guys could go to the Rays. Okay, I know you want Jordan to the Rays. I know that. Sorry to steal your thunder a little bit here, but I would not trade Jordan. And in fact, the problem with the Astros is there's so many people on the IL, like in their position player grouping. Like I don't know if they can trade people.
You're not have enough to suit up for game.
They have Yainer Diaz, Carlos Correa, Joey Loperfido, Jerry Pena, Jake Myers, Taylor Trammell, all on the IL right now.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of people that you got to cover. So here's my last thought on it: don't trade Jordan, trade the corner guys, and extend Jordan.
I'm throwing it out there because I think it's fun. And I love seeing big players change teams. And I think it would be fascinating to see. I don't know if the Rays would be willing to give up whatever they would have to give up to do this. Now, if you're an Astros fan, you're saying, Rose, slow your roll. Yes, it's been a terrible start. Yes, we're tied for the worst record. But we're only 6 games out in a division where nobody feels like it's going anywhere. Although I think that Seattle at some point could step on the accelerator and really run away with this thing. The other side of this is that the Astros fans will say, hey, Jerry Pena is close. Hader's on a rehab assignment. Hunter Brown is throwing pens. We got a possibility of getting some guys back. We know that Correa is not. And when you have Jordan Alvarez anchoring your lineup, you might not need much else to feel decent about your team and your prospects. And we have seen Houston at times come back from what felt like an insurmountable start and punch their ticket to the playoffs. So, yes, we know that they have that, but it just feels off, particularly with the pitching this year. Even if they get Hunter Brown back in a decent time frame, I still don't know if they've got enough. And if you don't have enough, why not do the smart thing?
I don't think the smart thing is trading Jordan. I don't. I think he's got plenty of years left mashing the baseball. He's like,
of course he does.
Third best hitter in baseball, with a case to be maybe the second best hitter in baseball. Like maybe that's the hot. I think Judge is number 1. Jordan can be number 2. You don't trade that guy away. I don't know. That's my take.
But shouldn't they trust themselves? And I'll just leave it at this. Some people say, well, okay, Rose, yeah, Washington made this trade, gave up Juan Soto, and they got certainly good players, at least serviceable, and really James Wood is going to be a $200 million ball player, I think. And C.J. Abrams is a good player, and they got seemingly a nice return on Mackenzie Gore. And people say, well, what has Washington done with this? Like, they stink. Well, if you're the Astros, you have to trust yourself and your organization to be able to take whatever a team would give you for Jordan and to supplement that stockpile with proper drafting and developing and signing the right guys as well. And it means that you don't have to go through a rebuild. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like trading Jordan. There's other guys you trade.
I like seeing stars move.
I know you do.
That's me. Orioles, they come back, top the Yankees 3-2. Kobe Mayo with a big shot. But how about the way the game ended? Did you see this? 9th inning, Jose Caballero, speedster, wearing his oven mitts, trying to get into scoring position with 2 down. Throw beats him. Tag gets him. At least that's what Blaze Alexander thought. So did Adley Rutschman. Called safe, but upon further review, he is clearly tagged out, game over. Do you like it when the game ends that way on replay, or is it kind of a bump? You do. You dig
I
it.
think it's awesome. There's a little bit of a build-up, some drama happening. And clearly right there, I mean, if you just even seeing it in real time, he was out.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, good. Orioles still 4 games under 500. I want you to give me one team out there that's been sluggish through the first quarter of the season that will definitely change its tune by the beginning of June.
All right. I mean, this has been my team all along. I'm going to Philadelphia Phillies. I don't really have a good reason other than I think they're more talented than they're playing right now. I need some guys to step it up in the pitching staff. Like Jesus Luzardo had a few good starts, then last night got rocked again. So like the overall numbers on him look bad. I think he's a better pitcher than that. Aaron Nola kind of needs you to be better than you have been this year. And then, offensively, they've had, Bryce Harper's been off to a good start. Schwarber's been doing his thing, but I think there's guys that need to step it up there. So I'm just like banking on guys being who they are. And right now, they've been playing better ball since Don Mattingly took over. Like, so they're already on their way up as far as like the standings. They started off so poorly, Chris. I do believe by the end of the season, though, they will be a playoff team. And we'll be looking at them as, one of the, I don't know if they're one of the better teams in the playoffs. Like, I don't know if everyone's going to be putting their money on the Phillies when the playoffs come, because there's some other teams out there that are really, really good right now. But they'd definitely be a dark horse and some that I might pick in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, it feels like they've already turned the corner. It's just a matter of time. Now, I don't think they're going to catch the Braves in the East, but get into the playoffs, we never know. The team I'm going with is the team I picked to make the World Series in 2023 and to make the World Series in 2024. And then I left them off my playoff dance card in 2025. And what did they do? They made the World Series. So I am back on the Blue Jays train. Let's go. And it's ugly right now. I'm not going to say it's not. They are 5 games under 500 after last night's loss to the Rays. They are 9.5 back. In fact, they're behind the Baltimore Orioles, whom we discussed at the beginning of this topic. Throw on all the injuries on top of it, right? Barger just went on the injured list. Bieber, not close. Scherzer, we don't know what the heck's going on with him. Barrios is working toward coming back. Santander might go down as one of the worst contracts they've ever given out. I don't know when Alejandro Kirk is getting back, but hopefully it's soon. All I ever heard at the end of last season was how great the mojo was around Toronto. So let's start mojoing, if that's even a word. Let's bring it together. Let's not worry about who's not there and start depending on the guys who are. Here's the good news. Last year, through 41 games, you were only 2 games worse than where you are right now. That's it. Then you went on this ridiculous run, and we were like, oh, my God, are the Blue Jays going to make the playoffs? And then, oh, my God, are the Blue Jays going to push the Yankees for the division? And, oh, my God, are the Blue Jays going to win the freaking AL East? Yes, yes, and yes. So by June, I want to see you guys at least be 500, be back in this thing. Let's go. Y'all won 94 games. You made me look like a moron last year. Join the party.
I know, I'm looking at their stat page right now. Like Vladdy, step it up offensively. You got a nice start from Okamoto. He's looked great. But you're right. A lot of the injuries, guys coming back, got to get their legs under him a little bit. Feel bad for Barter. Just came back off the IL.
Right.
Back on it again.
Yep. I was skeptical with some of these guys. Like we thought maybe 1-year wonders, and don't.
I'm not saying
fall
that.
into that trap.
He said that.
No, I'm saying that there were people that were wondering, and
are you one of them?
I was going into the year. Yeah, I thought that it was a fair question. There a lot of those guys didn't have substantial track records that they were going to rely on to be in their lineup. So let's go.
And Eric Lauer, who was so good for them in
oh my
a
God,
bunch of different roles last year, DFA'd.
Note to self: if you are picking up Eric Lauer, and he will find a home, he's been too good in his career, don't use an opener when he's pitching. Just put that on the no shopping list, please.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of signs that they're going to be okay. I mean, Savage is back looking great. Louis Varlin has taken over the back end of the bullpen. By the way, Tobias Myers, who I said was going to be closing games for the Mets, has started to close games for the Mets.
All right, I think their record's horrific. We're not allowed to talk about them right now. Sorry. Today's episode sponsored by Hims. You got weight loss goals, but actually sticking to them can be an entirely different story. And that's where Weight Loss by Hims comes in. Hims offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy through Hims, you can lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. And one of the biggest things, everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider who determines if treatment is right for you. And if prescribed, your medication gets delivered right to your door. No insurance is necessary. Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/baseball today to get personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That is Hims, HIMS.com/baseball today. Hims.com/baseball today. Weight Loss by Hims, not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is a registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com. All right, two other quick things before we get out of here. We showed you J-Rod's homer in Houston. The Astros can blame one fan for getting them all fired up during BP. There was this fan who was talking trash to him and said, hey, you can't hit that sign out there. Well, he did. And the guy lost a bet. He had to give J-Rod his shoes. They were actually sandals. So the dude, he made J-Rod made him walk up to the concourse and then came back down and gave him his sandals so he didn't have to walk home barefoot. I would have made him walk, really learn a valuable lesson.
I think so too. I think if you make a bet's a bet, Chris.
How disgusted would you feel if you had to walk around barefoot at a major league stadium?
Pretty. I mean, it's not a great look. I can think of worse places to be. It's just, you just want to stay in. I would say like concourse area. Under the seats gets really gross.
Yeah. And thankfully it was during BP, so they do hose off everything from the night before or whenever they last played. But did you ever play with guys who did not wear shower shoes?
Not really. I mean, every once in a while you'd see a guy either forget his or maybe I don't know.
His.
I can't recall if someone like purposely didn't wear shower shoes because that's disgusting. But yeah, sometimes you forget to pack them and you're scrambling around and then you don't want to use somebody else's. So you just chance it. You just go in there. But it's gross.
No way. No way.
It's gross.
Yeah. Or I'm seeing the trainer right afterward for anything to put on my feet because I just don't.
The things I've seen in the shower is you don't want to be barefoot in there. It's disgusting.
It's true. I've heard some legendary stories.
You ever heard of people putting onions on the bottom of their feet and then putting a sock on and sleeping like that? Like it's supposed to like release like the toxins in your body. You ever heard about that?
You just made that up.
I didn't make it up, dude. I figured like that's like an old, like, what do they call it? An old wives' tale. Like that's something that you might have done in your younger years before modern medicine. You put the onions.
I actually have amazing feet. I think I've told you this. It's the best part of my body. Really.
Onions on your feet, Google.
You're not looking this up, are you?
It's a thing. Putting raw onions on the soles of your feet and sleeping in socks is a long-standing folk remedy often cited to cure colds, reduce fever, or detoxify the body.
Maybe on my flight home, I'll ask for some onions.
Has Michelle heard of it? Ask her. She's there, right?
She's looking at you like you're nuts, and she loves you.
Okay.
That is before modern day medicine. We don't need to do it anymore. Okay. Move on to your next topic, which is we're going to end the show on an adorable, oh my God, he's so cute note. Did you see the Washington Nationals got a puppy?
I did not see this. They have a puppy now? What's that dog going to do? Who's taking it home?
Well, that's a good question. Look at that puppy. That is adorable. Natty is its name. Welcome to DC. I think every team should be required to have a puppy.
Agreed. I mean, that's just so good. There's nothing better than a puppy. Just, they're so dumb and funny. Oh,
so dumb and funny. Don't say that.
That's what they are.
Oh,
they get a 1-track mind or 2-track mind, food and cuddles. That's it.
Hey, feel free to share pictures of your pooches in the comments section.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get home. As much as I love hanging out with Brady here, and we are going to get home, get to see Josh, which is great. But Sydney,
You love Sydney.
Yo, that's my dog, dude.
Yeah.
She loves and doesn't ask for anything except just a little belly rub, take a walk. Can't wait to see.
There's nothing better. Dogs are great. You just give them like a few simple things, like a little bit of food, off your plate every once in a while.
Never. I don't do that.
Just a little bit, Chris.
I don't do that. All right. We are looking forward to seeing at least one person on this show on Wednesday. You get to go enjoy a little bit of time in Napa, which is great. Awesome for you and Olivia and all your friends up there. You have earned it. I can't wait because Swilly, I think, is going to make her Baseball Today debut on Wednesday. So we need everybody back here supporting her. I'm excited. She's one of my favorite people at the company, and I'm excited to kind of hear her take on what's going on outside of her little Angels world as well. So for our one-of-a-kind producer, yes, go ahead.
I think people should also comment if they've used the raw onion method.
Oh, yeah.
In the comments.
Feel free. Or anything else that may be a little strange that we haven't quite tried. With that, okay, let's keep the parameters tight on that. Thank you. For our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe, who's bringing onions to every party, I am Chris Rose. I'll see you Wednesday with Swilly here on Baseball Today, presented to you by T-Mobile.